just talking. But everybody is tired because whole day traveling and especially in the afternoon, Agra, very tired everybody. So everybody wants to go rush to Delhi and go back to the rooms and sleep. But thoda hum rowdyism kiya. Hey, now Mathura, get down from the bus. So we are to Mathura Janvasthan. Maybe around 6:37 o'clock it is. Then we went, a lot of military security everywhere. Military women was standing. We went inside the jail. When we went, I don't know what, some Atita Shakti, I can only say that. You know, some force, there's nothing is there, there's no book counter, nothing is there. A photo was there, a small, I think so, Laddu Gopal was there. And people just coming in queue and have darshan, keep going. Some thought came in my mind, I should read Bhagavad Gita. Why that Bhagavad Gita name came, and why that that thought itself came, why I should read nothing, just out of flash. Just a thought came like a flash. Then came out, immediately started looking for Bhagavad Gita. Immediately started. There, what is Mathura, what is it? In Hindi Bhagavad Gita say it. Not even English. But looking for, not even English, looking for Telugu. Where was it? Remind is a thought. Came looking for Telugu Gita. Went to Delhi, then went back to Madurai. Mathura to Madurai. In Madurai also started. Madurai is in Tamil Nadu, in the middle of Tamil Nadu, and practically Tamil means actually Madurai, deep into the middle of Tamil Nadu. Chennai you will find all mix, Telugu, Tamil. Madurai, I not lucky in one shop probably. All the bookshops I have known. Telugu, Tamil. Then 3-4 months over, then came to a job. I came to Bangalore, and when I came to Bangalore in May month, July month, I think so it was July Yatra is going on. July end or probably August first week. The 5 days July festival goes on. So that was the day I went to temple. So there I saw in a book counter, Bhagavad Gita, also whole language, 30 languages in that written Kannada, Telugu, Tamil. So moment I saw Telugu, jumped. 4 months back that whole thing reminded. So then purchased Bhagavad Gita. 2 copies I purchased, one for me and one for my father. Started reading Bhagavad Gita. एक चैप्टर नहीं है, एक श्लोक का 2 श्लोक का 4 श्लोक से ज्यादा हो गया. 4 महीने से इंतजार कर रहा था. I was waiting to read Bhagavad Gita for 4 months. The moment you took Bhagavad Gita, not more than 4 shlokas. So what is required is Sukruti. You need to touch Bhagavad Gita, required Sukruti. And to read Bhagavad Gita, required Sukruti. Desire was there, thought was there. But to be attentive, to capture, to read, is not sufficient. The second visit I went to again temple. That time, someone recommended I should read another book called Science of Self-Knowledge. That was a very free flow. Because there is a conversation, Prabhupada is talking. It's a very, a language which, the conversing language. So, completely right. Then I got sufficient Sukruti very touched. But it's also Prabhupada only, but I think it's a more personalizing, intimate kind of this thing. Then I read Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita, it's a wisdom. The mind of Krishna is revealed. It's not just an ordinary book. In fact, as I was telling that, it's not a religious text. It's not a religious text means in what sense? In what sense? Religion means generally rules and regulations comes into forth. You don't find any rules and regulations. You have to do this, you should not do this, you don't find anything like that. That's why Bhagavad Gita is considered as a Nirnaya Shastra, not Upadeshamrita. not a Upadesha Shastra. There's so many literatures, Vedic literature, Upadesha. They give instruction, guidance for you, what should be done in life. But Bhagavad Gita doesn't say what has to be done. It says why it has to be done. It brings an ability in you to decide, decision making ability it brings. This is a Nirnaya Shastra. It empowers you to decide in life. What to be done, what not to be done, so many scriptures are there. So Bhagavad Gita is universal. Yesterday the student, Krishna, somebody was asking, why these modern, the scientists, famous scientists like Einstein, Newton, everybody read Bhagavad Gita. They are not Hindus. They are not looking for God conscious or anything like that. They are renowned scientists. So why they read Bhagavad Gita? It's a universal subject. You don't find anything as if anything is enforced or anything religious as such. Very practical science. So, what is that? What is that Krishna's mind? You see that very chapter by chapter. Of course, everything set forth in the very first chapter itself. You know that how generally in the Sanskrit or Hindi, the title for Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, what is that?
Observing the
Hindi or Sanskrit. Vishada Yoga. Prabhupada translated that in English as observing the armies in the battlefield. So how this transition is Vishada Yoga to observing the armies? Surprising, there is no connection at all. Isn't it? You try to translate it to Vishada Yoga to English to this thing. Vishada means what is in English? Lamentation, yoga of lamentation. But Prabhupada put it in another way, what is that? Observing the armies in battle of Kurukshetra. Battlefield. So, what is that observation? Who is observing? Famously, Duryodhana is observing. Duryodhana goes. He goes and meets Dronacharya, trying to push him, trying to encourage him. There is samshaya, there is a doubt in his mind, because he should not take the beloved disciples aside, Pandavas. He goes and enthuse Vishwadev. So, what is mind while he is observing the armies, Duryodhana? His mind is fighting has to happen. Fighting has to happen. Opponents has to be killed. What is the purpose? Jeet Lada. The purpose is killing. Now Arjuna is also observing. What is the mood of Arjuna? What is the mind of Arjuna? He don't want to fight. Loss or win, not a matter. This is Arjuna's perspective. Now there is one more person who is observing, who is that? Krishna. Krishna says, no, fighting has to happen. Fighting has to happen. For what? For victory? No. Fighting has to happen because on the principles of Dharma. What is Dharma? Again, today morning we were discussing Dharma means different dharmas, Kshatriya dharma, Stri dharma, Grostha dharma, Brahmacharya dharma. That's what Krishna is aiming at to establish. That's what the war has to happen. Now he's saying that war has to happen, war has to continue. And everybody has to do based on the principles of Dharma. And that Dharma Krishna establishes in the Bhagavad Gita, love of God. Love of. See, the whole Bhagavad Gita is he's saying to Arjuna, start seeing from my perspective, not from your perspective. That's why it's anarajishtam sargam. You are talking like an uncivilized person. is supposed to be talking from my perspective. The whole purpose of the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna is trying to say to Arjuna that stop seeing from your point of view, start seeing from my point of view. That's what Nakir Mama. You understand my perspective. It's very difficult to change. See, somebody's thought process in one direction. To change the thought process is very, very difficult. Especially what is called perceptions. Changing perceptions, toughest job. Toughest job. And for that, what is second chapter? Summary of the
Contents of the Gita summary.
Contents of the Gita summary. The whole knowledge what he wanted to present, because the whole purpose of Arjuna Krishna is now to change the paradigm of Arjuna. For that, first of all, Arjuna is depressed now. To change the paradigm of Arjuna from depressive state to normal state, how much tough job it is. That's why you see all that required. Humility presented with so much of deep and intense logics. Rupa says that as Shaka Chandra Nyaya. You heard this? Shaka Chandra Nyaya. If you want to show moon is far away, but you have to take some reference. See the tree branch? From that you find. In the Indian culture, marriages happens. After the marriage, they go and show the Arundhati Nakshatra. We have seen. So, but if you want to show, you have to make some reference because it's a very far object. That's why the whole Bhagavad Gita deals with so much of logics. What is that? Jivnana Vihaya. Vasanam se Jivnana Vihaya. That how the old clothes you remove and the new clothes you accept, like that the bodies will change. Everything very logically he explains. Because absolute truth you cannot explain, because your total consciousness is different. It's called Shaka Chandra Nyaya. You, with a reference of what you are familiar with, trying to explain the far reality. Reality which is far away from you. So it's a really tough job. See, in the Shastra it said, 4 people should be never advised. 4 people should be never advised. First is husband, wife. If there is a conflict between husband and wife, don't become advisor. Because शाम को दोनों साथ हो जाएगा, आप मारेंगे. Okay. Second is that 2 scholars, when they are arguing, don't interfere with them. 2 Brahmanas are 2 scholars. Third is person who don't want to listen to you. Person who doesn't seek your advice. Don't go and advise him. The fourth is one who is depressed. One who is depressed. No use. So that indicates how tough it is. Arjuna is depressed. Krishna is explaining, is positioning him. And positioning what? Krishna is bringing him to the point of love of God. Sarvadharman pratyajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. The highest thing, you give up all the dharmas except me. Highest dharma. That's called love of God. So he presents it. Then moves on, and goes to the 3rd chapter. Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Karma means generally most misunderstood shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. Most quoted and misunderstood shloka is Karma Nivarika. So depend on your work. No, Krishna never said that. You have adhikar to do your activity. You have right to do your activity, but you don't have right on the phala. You have to right on the phala, right on the fruit. Oh, if I don't have right on the fruit, why I should work? Mate sangasta akarmani. Akarmani means not doing the work. Don't get attached for not doing the work. So Krishna is enforcing that you have to do the work. Karma, but not karma. It's a yoga. Karma yoga means service unto the Lord. It's not just karma. Don't separate karma yoga. Karma yoga. No, karma yoga. Karma yoga means service. No, I want to understand you first. I want to understand God. Even if you sit in front of me, even if I explain everything to you, Krishna is saying, even if I explain everything to you, you will not be able to understand. Your buddhi doesn't permit you to understand. You don't have that capacity, capability. What you're supposed to do is just do service. There is a word duty. Duty is telling duty. No. What is the duty? Service unto the Lord. Do service. Whether service is priority or knowledge is priority. So, both. What is that? Both. Third chapter is service. Fourth chapter is jnana. Now you tell me which is priority. Karma yoga. Service is in third chapter. Jnana yoga comes in fourth chapter. So even if you, Krishna presents jnana, you will not be able to understand. We have to rise to a platform where we can understand what Krishna is presenting it. For that, what are you supposed to do? Service. This is what Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to stress about. You know that famous Jaganmohan Malviya? That Benares Hindu University's Vice Chancellor or Chairman. He was a Congress President also in the 1930s, 20s, 30s. So he came to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur and there was a lot of questions to acquire knowledge. When he came, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj did not even allow him to put forward his questions. He says, my disciples are washing the vessels there, please go and do service and come. He directed him, go and do service. After doing service, after coming and now please tell me what is it? No sir, asabdhavya. Got all answers. So you become qualified, you need to know God when you render devotional service. That's what Krishna is referring. Service is a priority. Service is a priority. What is that? It said, Krishna says in the 4th chapter, this knowledge cannot be acquired. Impossible for to acquire. Tadviddi pripatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshantite jnanam. Knowledge has to be delivered to you. You cannot acquire knowledge. Just keep reading Bhagavad Gita, so many slokas like morning we are discussing. Nothing. It has to be delivered. If you know 700 slokas by Kantopad, by remembrance, by remembering all 700 slokas, but no guarantee you have understood Bhagavad Gita. To understand Bhagavad Gita, that knowledge has to be delivered. By whom? By whom? Jnanina Tattva-darshina. Jnanina's Tattva-darshina. One who has seen the truth has to deliver. He has seen the truth. But why he has to deliver to you? What you have done? What you have gained? What qualification you gained when he will come and deliver to you as a courier boy? Why he has to deliver? He is ready to do that service to the Lord. He is a servant of the Lord. Upadekshantite jnanam. Jnanam tattva-darshinaha. Tattva-darshinaha is servant of the Lord. He is ready to deliver as a service to the Lord. But what you have done, that's why tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Sevaya, coming. 3rd chapter is coming in the 4th chapter. Even though Jnana is presenting, but still he is telling that. Yeah? See the whole 4th chapter we are reading, no? Morning Mangala there. Whole fourth chapter, Jnana Yajna. All slokas we see everywhere, Yajna things coming. These people interpret, Harisamas people, they interpret, Yajna means you have to wait ke havan karna. We are not against Havan. Havan is an integral part of Vedic life, especially for Grihasthas. I'll give how this takes over. You know, in Telugu there is word Vidi Jnana. Vidi Jnana, you know, half knowledge. This one family, husband was chanting 8 rounds, wife was chanting 16 rounds. Son name is Krishna, he was also chanting 4 rounds. Small boy, school time. You know, the marathon month comes, everybody is this thing, and he's working Oracle. So very high designation and big salary, and very reputed, and very enthusiastic. And the preaching spirit is there. He's not able to move rounds forward because a lot of work pressures are there. Otherwise, very interested. He keep reading Prabhupada books and bigger circle also. So he keep reaching people. So in Ahmedabad, this December and January month, lot of exhibitions happens. Lot of exhibitions. Every 2 years once that one Vibrant Gujarat, the business summit happens. Most of around 40-50 countries comes to investment kind of this happens. Especially a lot of NRIs, no? This December, January, US, all Gujaratis are there in the world, and they all come back to Gujarat. So we, every exhibition we get free. You know, temple is very popular. Temple and there, so every people will give free this thing. And then Vibrant Gujarat also get 2 counters. All most educated people go there because all international crowd comes there. You know. So he goes. He has gone there, and very enthusiastically preaching. Some 2 people came. He started preaching Bhagavad Gita, citing the slokas and presenting it, and very interestingly. And that people happened to be Arisamas people. The both people who came, whom he is preaching, they happen to be Arisamas people. So they are also coming nahi. They are also reading Shastra, the Vedic literature. See, these Arisamas people, they don't believe in Bhagavad Gita. They don't believe in Ramayana, Mahabharata. All of you are there. They don't believe in Puranas. They read, they hear, but they don't consider these are authentic books. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Purana. They consider these stories written by some sages. According to them, 4 Vedas, Upanishads are the authentic. Only Shruti is the authentic, Smriti is not authentic. So they started discussing from this angle. It's all not bona fide, it's not authorized, it's not that. Only at the time of creation, only Shruti was there. Shruti, much later, some sages have written this thing, and Krishna's name is not there at all in the Vedas. Oh, so many things. And the chanting and all is not this thing. Every day, Havan has to be done. No, not all. Discussion is going on. And he is also over enthusiastic. What is meaning over enthusiastic? No, beyond your ability, you try to project yourself as a preacher. Then going on, 1 hour, 2 discussion is going on. Forgotten the purpose of standing there is a book distribution. got into argument, and in that argument, nobody won. Inconclusive, but seeds of doubts were put in the mind. So he came to the temple, and some of them, Prabhu, really Krishna name is not there in the scriptures. Like that, he went and met to some younger devotee whom whom he was in touch with him, and he was talking, and then he started talking to some other congregation and other people, and everybody is talking, some tom or other. Something is cooking up. Very sincere, from Gandhinagar, without fail, every Sunday used to come, wife and child. And wife is very sincere woman. So regular service used to do. Slowly, he is not getting a satisfied answers here. Then anyway, while going, they also give one card. Our center is in Gandhinagar, please come. So he went there. Slowly, started listening them. Slowly getting impressed, because here anyways he's not getting satisfied answers. So it's all happened maybe 3-4 months time. One termite enters inside, bar acha dikega. Outside it looks very nice, but inside, so doubt is like termite. Doubt is like termite. It takes away all inner energy. So then slowly chanting has come down, 8 to 4, 4 to 2. Everything happened 3-4 months time. By the time I come to know. So then I came to know, I called him and by 1 or 2 hour discussion happened. By then I understood already sufficient damage is happening. So then he started the Havan in the house. Yajna. For them, Yajna means they're worshipping Nitya Guru in the house, because so wife is chanting 16 rounds and husband changing now. Son is going, and wife cannot come to temple alone because there is 35 kilometers somebody has to drive. So he stopped coming to temple. Then differences popped up in the house. Went on for 5-6 years, and forcefully she is trying to bring him once in a while festival times. That also stopped, and sometimes she started crying, and then she started attending online classes. I don't know what degree these differences went on, and the boy was studying 10th standard. One day she completed 16 rounds, cooked for the Lord, offered to the Lord, fed his son, and went and committed suicide. Very unfortunate. So I went for the funeral. Son is questioning me, why Krishna did not save my mother? She chanting 16 rounds. The boy became totally opposite, father anyway opposite. So what kind of this thing can happen when you don't receive? When you don't receive. Upadekshantite jnanam. Upadekshantite jnanam from where? And for that, what is the qualification? Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Your Krishna, you can ask Krishna, you can inquire, you can do inquiries, but the inquiries has to be, what is it called? Suffixed. Prior to that inquiries, what should be there? Pranipatena, surrender, feeling of surrender and service. Without service, you keep asking questions and everything will become dried up. So, you can acquire knowledge. First of all, Bhagavad Gita is not meant for acquiring knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is meant to know about Lord's mind. Understood? You see, when you are talking to somebody, you should know what he thinks about himself, what he thinks about you, what he thinks about others. You know it. Now, why you should speculate? No. You should not have told like that. No, that's the way he thinks. Knowing mind means you should know purely that is his mind. Isn't it? So, Prabhupada says, Bhagavad Gita, you should not read Bhagavad Gita for the sake of acquiring knowledge. Why? You can never acquire knowledge. The knowledge has to be delivered. So our process of acquiring knowledge is not delivered. Arohana panta, avarohana panta. Ascending process and descending process. Ours is not ascending process, descending process. Ours in the sense, knowledge has to be delivered. By research you cannot find out. By research you cannot find out who is your father. Mother has to inform you who is your father. So that's how the Bhagavad Gita has to be perceived. So Bhagavad Gita is the mind of the Lord, and Lord presents his mind, he reveals his mind. The one who knows the mind of the Lord, he will attain Krishna prema. We'll stop here and we'll take some questions and discussions. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Whenever we are going for the book distribution, so we are facing so many people. Some people easily misunderstand, but some people are not understanding those things. And then he starts the contemplating things. So in that case, what should we react, means how do we react with that person?
Yeah. It's a very important thing. The book distribution Prabhupada says, I'm writing these books for my disciples to read, study. It's not merely meant for my disciples to go and sell these books. We can distribute based on our conviction levels. Based on our conviction levels. So Bhagavad Gita, yes, marathon month, it is a service center Prabhupada, we can go and distribute the books, but we should not do war endeavor. This is what I give the example of this Akhilesh Pathak. Akhilesh Pathak, the man name. War endeavor. See, I tell you one thing. Among all the services, book distribution is the most, I would say, you get so much of enthusiasm, energy. Why? In fact, Prabhupada also said that. Among all these things, it's the most important service. Of course, Prabhupada said in different scenarios, different contexts, said, but many times he stressed on this. And we also, when we distribute books, now we get so much of energy and enthusiasm. Two reasons. One is we are delivering Krishna and Prabhupada to others. We are reaching out Prabhupada, Vani, Krishna to others. And second thing is we get an opportunity to speak about Krishna. This is very enthusiastic, this thing. But we also should know when we are speaking, we should speak to the degree of conviction, so what we have. Of course, Prabhupada also said that even though you are not understood, but still you can distribute books. Whether it is a service. Not only that, only when I understand, then only I will deliver. Not necessary. To that degree, Prabhupada says, I may not be perfect, but Krishna is perfect. I may not be able to fully follow, but Krishna's instructions are perfect. Those Prabhupada is taking our position, basically making us as examples. So perfect knowledge we are reaching out, so that's how there is enthusiasm, encouragement. So when people are not able to take it, that's where our attitude of service comes into picture. And also Prabhupada said in India, especially in 1971 or 72, if I'm not wrong, They said that in America, how the book distribution used to happen. They used to go to different places, do some kirtan, and just push the books. They keep the book in the hands and ask money. That's the way book distribution used to happen here. They never used to sell books. They go and give the books and ask charity. Book may be $5, people may give $10. That's what the donation collections were happening and book distribution happening. Same thing people were doing in India also. And Prabhupada warned them. Prabhupada said, no, don't do that. If you do that, people will think, in India people think that you are a beggar. Dancing in the streets and going and pushing the books, people think that you are a beggar. So Prabhupada said, a different means of book distribution has to happen there, he said. What was that? Life membership. He said that all the respectable people in the society should have their books. So what is that you're supposed to do? Go and make membership and give all the books as a gift to them. So what is that? Prabhupada is a little conscious about how people perceive you. It doesn't mean that you should not sell the book. So Prabhupada is, is indicating that how people should perceive you as a distributor of the book. That means Prabhupada is expecting people should respect you when you are distributing the book. They should not see that people who are selling peanuts and people who are selling Gita should not be seen at the same level. So that respectability comes based on our convictions. So that's the reason he said, Sarthaka Kari Karo Paropakar. You read. We all take a resolution that Gita Jayanti Day, the Gita Jayanti this month, we'll distribute, we'll go for every week and we'll go and distribute books. And we also take so much of joy. Today, distributed 4 books or 5 books kind of this. But how many of us actually taken this Gita Jayanti month, like Damodar month, Kartik month, we take a vow. What is that? Every day I sing that Damodar Ashtakam and offer a Gila. How many of us actually taken such kind of wow, that Gita Jayanti month without fail, every day at least I read Bhagavad Gita? How many of us are reading? So such kind of these things bring in. Naturally we develop intimacy towards Lord's instructions. That facilitates us. A lot of challenges comes in our services. Those challenges actually sometimes Krishna brings in front of us so that we can become. And to whom he brings, who is very sincere. And Parkar there. Like Krishna Prabhupada also said, Prabhupada, somebody gifted Prabhupada a pen. Parkar pen. And he saw that Parkar name and said, oh, I am using this Parkar pen for the purpose of Parkar. So I am writing these books for deliver the way. Parkar cross over. Bhavasagar said. So Prabhupada actually he wanted to deliver everybody. So first beneficiary should be we. So the kind of enthusiasm we show to deliver these books and the same kind of enthusiasm should be shown to ourselves to get delivered by reading, by associating them. The rest of the challenges, whatever challenges comes, and that time to time Krishna will reveal how to face, how to handle that. But dependency should be, that's what, depending on Krishna, depending on devotees, very, very important thing in services. Next question. Yes. Yes.
So this incident that related, there was this Mataji who committed suicide. she was chanting 16 rounds. She was coming to the temple, doing service very
No,
sincerely.
she is not able to come. 5-6 years now.
Oh, 5-6 years.
They cannot come also because husband is doing totally against.
Mm.
Against in sense there is nothing, nobody did anything to him. And now that is the power of Maya. Takes away, eats away. Nobody harmed anything. He got difference. He started not doubting. He believed that God is, Krishna is not God. He strongly believed. That's what this Arya Samaj.
Arya Samaj are like that.
Arya Samaj. And today Arya Samaj is just known for people who allow they go and get married. That's not. What is Arya Samaj? And they have become source of knowledge, source of Vedic information for him. Unfortunate. So what is lacking in that whole episode? Why it happened? That we don't value the devotee association. We don't value the devotee association. We start doubting Prabhupada's writings. Yes, you are asking something?
I was just wondering that what can I do to guard ourselves against, like I'm not putting myself in the shoes of the Prabhu who got misled by Arya Samaj, but by the Mataji who was sincere at some point, but I know she had not been doing service for 5-6 years. So that answered the question. If somebody is chanting and doing service, that's probably not going to happen.
See, what we know, a person is only one slice. What we know about a person is only a slice. A person is many slices. Person has a many slices in life. What and all happened in their family life, what and all going on, which we are not have any access. We can only pray to her and our chanting, her worship of Nitya Guranga, never going away. Salpam apiyasya dharmasya prayato mahato vaya. So how that holy name, how our chanting, how our service to Nitya Guranga is going to come in our favor. It will come. But we don't know many slices in their life.
But in our life, what should we do to like guard ourselves against a sudden despondency or depression that might come, because that could lead to person to either suicide, like that, psychosis type. But sometimes due to that, people stop doing service or something like that.
Correct.
At any times in life, it can happen like that. So what should I continuously do so that that doesn't happen and we have a guard against it?
The bewilderment comes when such kind of things happen, not only to that family, like how I told that Krishna, that boy's son. He started questioning, not only them, even other followers also, other practitioners also become doubtful. They will become doubtful, chanting, still committing suicide, what is happening? Because most of the people do not have the access to what is happening in their life. And once a person died and the soul departed, you don't like to discuss what happened. Even if you come to know something happened, you don't like to discuss because all family matters kind of. Later I came to many things. But what happened is the whole source of, they have gone away from the devotees association. That is more suicidal than even giving up the body. And what caused them to go away from the devotee association is Mayavada philosophy. And Mayavada philosophy, 99% of the people have this grain of Mayavada. That's so Prabhupada keep talking. You read Prabhupada purports, keep talking, even though it is not there in the sloka, but Prabhupada keep bringing to the topic and explaining of Mayavada and cutting off that narrative. I was thinking, why Prabhupada is speaking so much of Mayavada? First of all, I never heard Mayavada in my life before coming to Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's teachings. But slowly you realize this, that is one of the ingredient in everybody's understanding. Everybody's understanding. What is required is just one hawa. There is a very famous film star, in South India. He's an Anjaneya devotee. Very chill. My father loves him, film actor. I used to think that he's loving because he's a big star. But my father is not much fond of movies and all. He hardly watches maybe one or two, but not. But he loves that actor because he's Anjaneya devotee. Because my father is Rama's devotee. So anybody Rama Anjaneya means, especially big people means, and my father loves him. That's all. But recently I was watching in the YouTube somebody forwarded that. The stage is talking. He's known for Hanuman devotee from ages today, from very beginning of his career till today. He is also very strong devotee of Hanuman. He's telling that yes, but once beyond you go to certain degree, then all these forms are not required. And I was thinking, because my father loves him, loves in the sense that follow him. Naturally, we also develop inclination because father. So, and we all used to appreciate his Rama Bhakta, Hanuman Bhakta, and all that. Then, from where this understanding is coming? Recently, he started associating with Sadhguru. Coimbatore, Sadhguru. He goes everywhere and says that I don't read Bhagavad Gita, I have not read Bhagavad Gita, God is not there, no form, God is there within you, you are the God, all such kind of crazy things.
Mostly atheist.
What is atheism? Then why order? You are God, I am God, everybody is God. So I saw that this Sadhguru, he keep going to all celebrities' houses, and I saw one video that actually this fellow is there in his house, his star's house. Now I understood. Even though for 40 years, 50 years, you are Rama Bhakta, but still one person can come and just take away from understanding. Of course, he has not become disbeliever of Rama. But he says that, okay, these are the initial stage. Once, after some time, nothing is there, everything is Brahman there. This is all my understanding. What is that? Now you just depend on your work. It's another Mayavada. Isn't it? That's so Prabhupada. Even though you are not aware, aapko jaga ke, he wakes you up and tell that you are sleeping. He wakes you up. You tell what is Mayavada and tell that this is Mayavada, don't fall for that. You are not even aware what is Mayavada. He wakes you up and tell this is Mayavada. So he is actually protecting you. As a concerned father, is aware, he is bringing awareness which you have that ingredient, but you are not aware about it. Wow, what a compassion, what a merciful Prabhupada is. You speak any spiritualist, including, so to say, Sri Vaishnavas today. I met one Sri Vaishnava sannyasi. He called me. He is speaking to me as if I know him very closely. We met in Bangalore. I also came for service in Bangalore temple, and you are the in charge. In 2002, I was in charge for the Pushpanjali counter. 22 years back, I was in charge for one department. That Pushpanjali counter, So he remembers that, and he called me. I thought, Sri Vaishnava. He remembers one. I was remembering one Sri Vaishnava who was working under me there that time, doing RP and as we give service. So I was remembering him. Then naturally respect him because he did service some years back. And now he's telling he has become sannyasi. He took sannyasa. Generally we have respect to the Vaishnavas and very good. So he called and told, I am Puri Prabhu, I am coming from the Badram, go to Dwarka, so I want to come and meet you. Please come Prabhu, come later. When he came and met me, I am not able to recognize him at all. Because the picture what I was contemplating, that person is different, this person is different. Okay, but anyway he has come. I said, okay, come. So I sent vehicle to airport to bring him. I gave room and all. So, young fellow, but he is taking sannyasa now, Sri Vaishnava. Then he's sitting in the room and the whole puja part and 4-5 days. Some unknown person actually. So then he came and met me in the office. Just very respectful, very interacting. Where you stayed, Prabhu? In Puri. He said Shankramat. Shankaracharya's mat. Shankramat? They permitted you. Immediately, but so much of anger. Why you people speak like this? Why is God speak like this? No, you people purposefully tell all the Maya. That means he's so much aware about and he's getting agitated. No, Baba, I have not spoken anything like that. Because when I was preacher in Bangalore, I went on family, Sri Vaishnava family, as a preacher. So when I introduced Hare Krishna, very happily, immediately adopted. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Nicely chant. Every day you should chant one round. Immediately accepted. Vaishnavas, no? Immediately accepted. Then after 1 week, 2 weeks later, I want to introduce one more mantra to them. What was that? Panchatattva mantra. I wanted to introduce them. So I made them chant. See, you're chanting one round every day. So what you should do? One more mantra you should do. You chant at least once. So I started. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda. I was asking them to repeat. Repeat. Shri Advaita bola, ho gaya. They don't want to even pronounce the word Advaita. Advaita means Advaita philosophy for them. Advaita Shankara philosophy is called Advaita philosophy. They don't want to even say the word Advaita. They stop. No, we don't want to say that. Then I had to explain, Baba, this is not philosophy. Advaita, Achyutam, Anadam, Advaita. So then they accepted it and they chanted. So I was reminding that, see, it's not that Sri Vaishnavas also don't like Advaita philosophy. They don't like to worship Shiva as a supreme. They know that Shiva is is an expansion of Vishnu, but they don't worship Shiva as a supreme. And Shankaravadis also, because they know these differences, there's a kind of gap between Sri Vaishnavas and this thing. So I was explaining. And non-stop. Then I was a little respectable. 2 hours non-stop he spoke. 2 hours in my office, sitting in my office, and freely utilizing all the facilities. 2 hours. And in the 2 hours conversation, because naturally he's a Atithi for us, and sannyasi, he's a superior order. And even though he's younger to me in age, but I was listening, my tone. We are not come here to argument. It's but so much of noble voice and argument, sometimes shanti, sometimes. Now I understood. It's totally my own. Totally my own. When you sit little above, no? Of course, that is the Prabhupada's mercy. We can see easily what is spoken is right. Prabhupada said to that degree, the many Ramanandis are there, that they are actually slight deviants of Sri Vaishnavas. And what is slight deviation? Some tinge of Maya. To that degree, Prabhupada says that how much Prabhupada stressed Ramayana means Valmiki Ramayana. But in India, especially North India, Ramayana means Ramachandra. And Prabhupada to that degree said Ramachandra Manas is not authorized. Why? Because from very statement of Tulsidas, for his mind's pleasure he has written this book. For his own statement, in the opening statements he says, for his own mind's pleasure he has written this book. It's not that everything is wrong in that. But Prabhupada wanted to present authentically, the Valmiki what presented is authentic. Now what degree it is diluted, what degree it is not authentic, that is all immaterial. So like that, now it is very much integral part of this thing. The Mayavad is very much there. And whether they, if you don't get benefit then by following Tulsi, Dasa, why don't get benefit? 100% will get benefited. After all, he's speaking about Rama. You'll get all the values. You'll become this thing. All Sukriti, बहुत Sukriti बढ़ेगा. But Prabhupada's intention is, for us is not to accumulate Sukriti. Prabhupada's intention is to get out of this world. So when Prabhupada speaks from different angle, different platform, Vaishnava philosophy, Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, they speak from different platform altogether. That platform is, now hold on to the lotus feet of Krishna and go back to Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka. So you speak from that point of view, all this will become, these things will become, actually these other things will become for Vaishnavas untouchable, not required. But whether all these things are, they are not false, but gradually will progress. Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanaman Vasudevam Sarvamiti. It takes a very slow process.
Sometimes we hear some classes like some in between. Sometimes we hear some opposite camps also. They also offended Prabhupada and all. So is that?
No, opposite camp. I was just telling it to somebody. They are chanting the holy name of the Lord. They are following instructions of Prabhupada, chanting 16 rounds. They are reading Prabhupada books. They are doing worship. They are worshipping Prabhupada. They are in the house of Prabhupada. Everything is there. But one aspect is not there. One aspect is that they don't accept Prabhupada as the direct Diksha Guru or deliverer of Guru. Nowadays even they are saying Prabhupada is the only deliverer. They come to that, the miles of this thing they crossed and came to that understanding. Prabhupada is only deliverer, but बीच में कोई Diksha Guru नहीं kind of. So their progress will not be stopped. Their progress will not be stopped. Then both are same, both are not same. Both are not same. Why both are not same? That you and me are trying to follow Prabhupada's instruction, written instruction, Prabhupada's desire, Prabhupada's mind, we wanted to follow. That is very essential. Then what happened to them? That is in the hands of Prabhupada. Whether their progress will be checked, will not be checked. Why it will not be checked? They are also following Prabhupada. So we should not simply, they are offenders of Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada will take care. Now why you and me should bother too much? 20 years back, 25 years back, MPP, Madhvacharya Prabhu, Chandra Prabhu, all our group also was following those gurus only. But Prabhupada was blessed. Right understanding. At one point of time, all this set of devotees turned towards Prabhupada. So many people in other camps also knows that that path is not correct. But some multiple reasons they are not able to openly come out. Who knows, time will come, they also will turn this side. So today, we are following the right thing, following trying to Prabhupada's instructions. Others, they are not following that instruction. That doesn't mean that we keep. No. Of course, we should know the black and white, we should know the differences so that we hold on to the process what we are following. And simultaneously, we should no need to consider them as offenders and all to that degree. They are also chanting holy name and they will come, Sadbuddhi will come later. The growth will not be checked, don't worry. They are also chanting, they are also reading Prabhupada books. Prabhupada is only directing them also. Whether Prabhupada is directing them to go away from Prabhupada? No. That is, actually many people doesn't even know in that group. Many people, many means 98% of the people don't even know. You go and ask any young boy, they don't even know about this letter. Young devotee in the temple who joined in the temple, they don't even know the letter. Even though it's freely available in the database. And before even they read that letter, they already say so much negative against MPP, so much against Ritvik. Why? Ritvik is also like that. Ritvik means don't think that only ISKCON Bangalore is Ritvik. ISKCON Bangalore is an institution on Ritvik. Like that, many institutions are there as Ritvik, And many individuals are there, and most of the people they have so much of differences. How many issues are there in the other camp? We say opposite camp. That many issues are there in among the Rithviks also. Just because you are on a right principle doesn't give license that you are all good. I'm telling about the Rithviks. Everybody individually. So naturally, when they see that other people, everybody is same only. So there is so much of mess is there, and overall so much of mess is there. To clean up that, only institution can do that. Only institution. That's how today, even though our group progress is a little slow, in 20 years we are able to make only 20 temples. In that sense, it's very slow. Our growth is very slow. But we are on the right path, right understanding.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, someone like who is chanting and reading the Prabhupada works, but they won't get the option of like associating with the devotees or do any kind of services. How to encourage them like to get into more into the Krishna conscious thing?
Without service, Prabhupada says, religion without philosophy is sentiment. Religion means practices without support of knowledge is sentiment. People have knowledge, but they don't have practical application. Philosophy without religion. Philosophy without religion. They have so much knowledge, but they do not have an access to apply that knowledge in a practical manner. Then they will lead to speculation. And today many of the so-called Rithviks also come to that category. They don't practically involve in institutional service. They keep reading, they keep so much of Vada, Vivada, Tarka and all kind of this. So I'm going to say, that's so Prabhupada. He has given books. He wanted the whole world should be flooded with his books, and simultaneously he has given institution. He has given institution. Institution means Vaishnava Sangha. Vaishnavas means service to Krishna. Deities are not meant for, Prabhupada says, they should not be in Ganagra. Deities are not meant for showing and taking money. It's a Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that. Deities are not meant for begging. Deities are meant for serving. Devotees are there. So for devotees, life is centered on Krishna. That's how Prabhupada installed the deities. It's meant for the devotees. If the devotees are not there, why deities are required? And why devotees should be there? Sangha, association. So Prabhupada created these both books as well as devotees Sangha, association. So in the devotee Sangha, you get an opportunity to hear Bodhentam Transparam, to hear, to learn, to serve, practical these things. So both has to be there. If they are not there, then there will be, what is meant by speculation? You take input. Output has to be there. You are reading so much, and what is the output? If you are not practically engaging, then you keep giving different meanings. Even Prabhupada books also giving different meanings. And everything will, many times when I meet many, senior Vaishnavas, Prabhupada disciples, they are just blockages in their understanding. Blockage. So much of understanding. I met one senior devotee in Los Angeles. How much he speaks, and very inspiring his words. But you see, behind all speech, only criticism. At least we should not become like that. So why that is happening? Because there is no practical engagement. You become what is it called certifying authority based on your knowledge. ISO standards or some international standards. yes I stand. You become आप सबको certify करता रहेंगे. Is right, is not right, is right, is right. No, who has got the authority for you to certify who is right, who is not right? Because you are reading so much and keep analyzing who is doing, who is not there. आप कर लो ना पहले. Why can't you do first? So practical application is very, very important. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Vijnana Sahitam, he says. It's not just knowledge. That knowledge has to culminate in service, action. Then the knowledge will be Vijnana. Otherwise, no, it leads to speculation. Speculation leads to criticism. You try to see now who is right, who is wrong, who is right, no. Does not. First of all, devotee should never find faults. Even others have faults. Should not find faults. But we'll get into that fault finding. So engagement has to be there. Give some opportunities for the devotee whom you are familiar. He is reading but is not having. Maybe he is not having the time at this point of time. Maybe he's get career and all these things. Right time comes. Nowadays online also can give some services. Service is very, very important. What you gain by reading 10 times Bhagavad Gita, you gain that equivalent knowledge. You gain just lesser. But that doesn't replace your reading. Prabhupada says Bhagavad Gita should be read minimum how many times? Minimum. How many times Prabhupada said Bhagavad Gita should be read minimum? आप कितना बार पढ़ रहे हैं? How many times you read Bhagavad Gita?
एक बार भी याद है पूरा हुआ नहीं अभी तक.
Prabhupada said minimum 10 times should be read. How many times?
10 times.
How many times Mataji?
3 times.
Minimum 10 times. Bhagavatam how many times? Once. Prabhupada said 3 times. 3 times. Chaitanya Charitamrita 1 time. Minimum. And we are here. That's why I gave target to devotees. Every year you should read once. I also made a rule. Every year. Once you should. 25 years, 25 times. Every year we do Govardhan Parikramana and every year we do Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Our life is meant for that. Reading Bhagavad Gita is service for us. Reading Bhagavad Gita is, as we are discussing, not accumulation of knowledge. It's service for us. Not impossible. We should know what all Prabhupada said and we should keep aiming for it. Prabhupada said minimum 10 times you should do Bhagavad Gita. Aim for it. I made rule. Very beginning, 2003 I made rule. Every year I do Govardhan Parikrama, every year I will read Bhagavad Gita. So certain resolutions has to be made. It's not that you read 25 times, 30 times, then you become scholar. No. Everything we speak generic. But some Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is a service, is it? The Brahmachari Swadhyaya is a service. Service is yajna, sacrifice. No, Prabhu, we are not Brahmacharis, we are Grihasthas. You are Prabhupada's disciple, Brahmachari Grihastha. What is it?
Naham
Naham Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I am not Brahmana, I am not Grihastha, I am not sannyasi, I am Dasa, Dasa. Gopi Bhaktuhu, Dasa, Dasa. So we are servants of Prabhupada and we should be eager to know what Prabhupada said and keep trying to, whether we will be able to strictly follow or not, at least aim to follow. होता है नहीं होता है, at least प्रयास करो. Effort, endeavor is very, very important. What are the 5 factors in success? Karta, Karanam, Adhishta. Adhishta, Karanam, Karta, Chesta and Daivam. Chesta and Daivam. Karta, first of all, one has to, the person has to do. Karanam, the instruments. Adhishtanam, place of action. Mandirika Vatanam, if you are there in the temple atmosphere not necessarily have to sit in the temple only. Temple atmosphere, you can even, you can convert home also temple. When you can convert home into temple, one day make temple as your house. In a week, one day make your temple as your house. Then you can make 6 days your house as a temple. What I said? Can you repeat?
One day you have to
Make
make
the
temple as your home, then 6 days you can make your home as your temple.
That is the power of association of the deities, devotees, scriptures. Adopt this without fail. Every week you should come to temple. If possible, morning to evening. Morning 6 times, if possible. Of course, you have a lot of family responsibility, children, and many things. Without fail, weekly, every week, like how after every 4 hours, 5 hours, you have to charge the mobile. You have to charge, no? Isn't it? Every after 4 hours, 5 hours, you have to charge. Right? After every 6 days, you have to charge your battery. So make the principle. 1 is 6. One day you make temple as your home, then you will get the strength and ability to make your home as a temple. All your houses, Grostas houses should have Nitya deities. All have. Every house should have Nitya deities. There is nothing you are offering, no? In the house.
Yeah.
You are keeping photo, no? Nothing else you have to do in extra for Nitya deities. Only probably in a month, Purnima day. Purnima comes only once in a month. Or Ekadasi comes twice in a month. That day, you can just change the dress. Nitya deities were small deities, in order to have like temple big deities. Small deities. That much, monthly, one day dress changing is not a big deal. Other than nothing else. Whatever you are doing for the photo, same thing. But Nitya Gauranga, Avashya. Prabhupada wanted every house Nitya Gauranga should reach. And all of you, many of you are initiated devotees, should have Nitya Gauranga in your houses. Prabhupada said, like a dogs, we should, like how dolls, everybody's house dolls. Like that, Nitya Gauranga should go to everybody's house. Here, not even in nobody's house. So everybody should keep Nitya Gauranga. It's a standard size cows in the Ahmedabad temple, Hyderabad temple. We all are Krishna devotees. In Ahmedabad, we kept a rule for minimum 8 rounds, at least one partner, husband and wife. Minimum one person, at least chance 8 rounds. Now in Hyderabad, they kept 4 rounds only. Even if you keep 4 rounds also is okay. Prabhupada said everybody's house should go. Nitya Gauranga deities. He restricted Radha Krishna is not recommended because it requires more elaborate worship. Everybody should have Nitya Gauranga deities. There's nothing new. Anyway, you're doing everything you're doing. You're already chanting 16 rounds. What only seva you have to offer to Nitya Gauranga is you're chanting. There's nothing else. And they are expansions of Nitya Gauranga of Radha Damodar temple. They are not separate. They're the expansion. So that's how all the festivals, in our house, Nitya Gauranga deities are there. Now we have to do Abhishek in our house. Gauru Purnami celebrate now. No. All because they are expansions of this temple. Because your life should be temple centric. Your life should not be house centric. Your Aradhya Deva should be Radha Damodar. And Nitya Gauranga goes from the temple. They are expansions of the Utsava deities of Nitya Gauranga in this temple. So keep Nitya Gauranga. There is nothing extra. They are small deities. Don't keep all big. If you want to know, we can same supplier who is making, we can send it. Same form. All temples in Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, everywhere we encourage all the Krishna devotees. congregation devotees. We don't say congregation devotees in Ahmedabad, we say Krishna Ashtra devotees. We have taken Ashtra Krishna. Everybody is devotee now. In fact, this congregation devotee, Shabda was not there during Prabhupada time. Everybody is devotee. Congregation devotee, the word came much later. Prabhupada time, congregation means congregation chanting together. Congregation devotee, the discrimination came much later because people have their own professions. Prabhupada time, everybody is dedicated. So, to avoid such kind of these things, we made it Krishna Ashtra. All are same only, different nomenclature. So keep Nitya deities and make your house temple. So Bhagavad Gita reading, very important. Whether we understand or not understand doesn't matter. It is a service. Reading is a service. Hearing is a service. Okay? 7:50. Stop it. Prabhupada.